Hi everybody. Some states have what are essentially sales taxes on home sales, and they can be huge. But these 14 states don't have these transfer taxes, so if you live in any of these states, you can skip this video. Now let's talk about the 36 states that do have these transfer taxes. Different places have different names for these taxes, like deed stamp tax, conveyance fee, recordation tax, or mortgage registry tax. Generically, they're all just called transfer taxes. These transfer taxes aren't the property taxes you'll pay every year. These taxes are only paid when the ownership of the property is transferred. They might be imposed by states, counties, or cities. It's rare, but I think in a few places, all three entities can tax the same home sale: the state, the county, and the city. A few states have a transfer tax on the sales price and a separate additional tax on the mortgage amount. It's crazy. You see the highest transfer taxes in the northeastern states. In some places it can be 2% or more of the sales price. At that rate, a home that's sold for $500,000 would have a transfer tax of $10,000. It's big bucks. Transfer taxes might kill a deal if your small one-house landlord didn't remember the tax when they were deciding whether or not to sell to you. Here's a list of state transfer taxes. The list doesn't give all county and city transfer taxes, and the list is a bit old. It's from 2012, but it's the best national overview of transfer taxes I found. The big question here is, who pays this sometimes huge tax? You or your landlord? Well, that all depends. In some places, it's customary for the seller to pay the full transfer tax. In other areas, it's customary for the buyer and seller to split the transfer tax 50-50. In some areas, it's customary for the seller to pay the transfer tax and the buyer to pay the state's mortgage tax. But in all areas, people don't always follow local custom, of course. Let's say you live in a place where it's customary for the seller to pay the full transfer tax, but you don't know that. And your landlord says, "Hey, to be fair, let's split the transfer tax 50-50. Well, in some places, splitting that 50-50 is customary and considered to be fair, but in this case, it's not really fair because the custom in this area, in this example, is that the seller pay the full tax. Another area of potential confusion when the seller has previously agreed to contribute 3% of the sales price towards your closing costs. The seller might say that since they're contributing that 3% to you, you should pay some or all of the transfer tax, or something like that. This is another reason why you should definitely hire a real estate agent or attorney to help you. They know what fee splits are customary in your area, so they can help make sure you don't pay more than your fair share of these costs. Another potentially big fee at closing are prepaid condo fees. We'll look at homeowners associations and condo fees in the next video.